How to buy. In real estate, all agreements must be in writing to be enforceable. The law pertaining to this is called the Statute of Frauds. If you are going to be involved in real estate, you will need to know that it requires you and the people with whom you will be dealing. There are four essential components to a contract to make it legal and enforceable, and they are as follows. The intent of the contract must be legal. The parties thereto must be competent. The agreement must be in writing. Consideration, compensation must have been paid. Always put contracts in writing. It will save you every time. It is also the mark of a professional. If these four conditions are present in the contract, you have an enforceable contract. It is true that many parts of real estate transaction and renovation are done with the verbal agreement. But if a problem arises, you are left with no way to enforce your rights under a verbal agreement. The first contract you will encounter in the fixer-upper process is the purchase agreement, and its contents are different for residential projects than for commercial projects. The purchase agreement. If in most, if not all cases, when you are purchasing a house, you will be using the local real estate board's version of a real estate purchase contract. This is the case because about 80% of the people in the residential real estate business are not highly trained or experienced. The pros account for less than 20% of that number, but do over 80% of the business. By standardizing the contract and setting it up as a fill in the blanks document, the local board attempts to minimize the problems inherent in real property transactions. This document is also full of fine print that to make sure you get what you want, you simply add an addendum to the contract to spell out your key issues. If you use the following language in the preamble to the addendum, you will eliminate any conflict with the pre-printed form you are dealing with. Notwithstanding anything before mentioned in this agreement, if there are any conflicts created herein, the terms and conditions contained in this addendum shall govern. With this in mind, you can then lay in terms and conditions. The basics in both versions of the purchase agreement, other than the contingencies, cover things like price, timing, title, rights of inspection, and the representation of both the buyer and the seller and the date of closing. Contingencies are a vital part of purchase agreements because you really don't know the specifics of what you're buying. These contingencies vary with residential and commercial purchases. The consideration in commercial are somewhat the same as residential regarding the physical condition of the property, but there are added concerns of leases and other operating agreements in a commercial fixer-upper. The commercial contract is a different matter. Many commercial brokers have a version that they like to use. Most buyers use their attorney to draw up one. This can be expensive, and I can help you cut through the fog by outlining what you need. These documents are not intended to be a fill in the blank opportunity. Rather, they provide a starting point for drafting what you will need help, but you will need the help of your attorney, and they can save you thousands of dollars over having your attorney start from scratch. Check it out. And this is good. I like commercial real estate, not because I own anything yet or not because I have anything, but I like commercial real estate because I hear that the opportunities are much greater and there's less competition. And whenever you can have less competition, uh, it increases your ability to gain market share. The basics of what I know about business: less less competition, more opportunity for business, um, provided you're in a good industry. But with commercial real estate, like I have these ideas, and sadly, right now they're just ideas. I'm full of ideas. I'm working and I'm praying and I'm trying to find an avenue where someone can help me take my ideas of what I have and what I want to do in commercial real estate and turn them into a profitable, lucrative business model. I don't have experience in commercial real estate. I don't have experience in residential real estate, but I have a desire to want to learn, and I have a desire to want to turn a profit. And that's not a bad thing. Profit is not a bad thing. To be in business, you have to turn a profit, unless you won't be in business very long. You can look at any mom and pop. You can look at any business that has closed down or gone out, or going out of business sign that you may see in your hometown. Those who fail to turn a profit fail to stay in business. And I desire to be in business. I desire to be in commercial developments, not so much as a developer, but as a fund manager who looks at projects, analyzes projects, and invests in projects and brings them to the market, knowing that it's bringing value to the people that are there. I have a long way to go. I have a lot of stuff to learn. I have a lot of mistakes to make. But I know that there's going to be someone who comes along and teaches me the ropes so that I can build the house that I have been commissioned to build.